first and foremost, just when I mention the name Keldon Johnson, can you please tell me the first things that come to your head?
His smile, walking in, bubbly kind of personality, and a spirit about him. Like, he brings it. He brings it. But those are my thoughts when I see him. And I've texted him after games. I didn't text him after the last one. I don't want his head to get too big, 24 and whatever he had. But he knows I'm watching from a distance.
Have you seen some areas of growth from the time that you brought him in at Kentucky to what he's doing right now as he's concluding his rookie season?
Yeah, let me say this, Evan. Knowing the Spurs organization, on draft night, as he started sliding, which really surprised me. I don't have any idea what happened, but the NBA, when there's some rumor something goes, and there were teams he wouldn't work out for, well, those teams said, if you get to us, we're not taking you. So all of a sudden, 5 teams he didn't work out for said, well, you're out. And then all of a sudden he starts dropping, and I see San Antonio. And when it happens, I said, it's the best thing for you, because most of the guys, him being one, they don't know what it means to be professional. They don't know what it means to really train and focus, have your mind where it needs to be. Because if you want to play, you got to be dialed into what's going on the court. You can't be the one guy that breaks down defensively, breaks down on a rotation, doesn't know spacing. And for him, I knew in that organization where it's not asked, it's demanded. It's demanded. And it's not in a mean way. This is what it is. And he would learn from other real professionals who get it. I knew it just was going to take time, and he needed a chance. Hard to get a chance in a place like San Antonio.
I was going to say, just from when he came in, I'm going to actually take you back to when he was in college. Just what were the elements that attracted you as a coach to recruit him, and what did he provide to your team in that one season?
Well, what I loved about him was his fight. He was a very inconsistent shooter in high school, but he was competitive. He had a competitive spirit about him. He had a meanness. He had a streak in him. Like, if a fight broke out, he wasn't moving. Like, he wasn't moonwalking. He was standing his ground. He also wasn't intimidated by anybody. So when I saw that, and then it became, okay, where do we play him? And again, he played like a lot of 4 when he was in the high school situation, and some 3. But I looked at him and said, this guy is a straight up 2-3. We had Tyler Hero, so it would be those 2 on the wings, both totally different, but both competitive and had a spirit about them, which is why we ended up being an Elite 8 team. We had one bad game in that tournament. You're out. We had one bad game against the team I thought we could have and should have beaten, but that's what I saw. And then he came here. It was a pleasure to coach. Now, he was behind defensively. He was behind on some of the stuff. He would lose focus on the court at times. But you can't get mad at a guy that has that kind of spirit, and he's a competitor, which is what he is.
And then
I would imagine you're watching now, Evan. He's not afraid of any NBA player. Like, I don't care who he's not.
That's the thing that I think we're watching from the NBA perspective. Was a guy at the start, obviously goes down to Austin. We're seeing a lot of things, but he plays so physical for a body that I don't think has filled out yet. And I'm wondering, just projecting wise, how is that going to translate when he does start filling into that body and he's, 21, 22, 23 years old?
Well, the biggest thing is he plays through bumps. And in that league, the one thing our guys do learn here is you got to play through bumps. You can't bump and spin away. You can't bump and shoot crazy. You can play through bumps and still score. You're going to be an effective NBA player. And he plays through bumps. He's playing through bumps here, and you're right. He's physically not where he's going to be, but it was like watching Devin now. Devin struggled playing through bumps because physically, now he would do it. That's how he played, but it wasn't, he couldn't finish. I'm watching him now play through bumps and don't get left-handed like crazy. Well, this kid has the same mentality. He's not afraid. He'll play through bumps. He'll take it right at you. And I come back to, he's in a great organization for him. It was fate. I know that night, the ego of everybody around him. I know even he was hurt by it, but I told him that night, you just got to break. You got to break. Instead of playing on a team that's the last in the league and stinks, you know, or you're playing, or a team that you got no chance with, you're playing in one of the best organizations in the NBA. You're playing for Pop. Come on now. And he's another one that's going to keep it real. He's not going to BS you. Keldon didn't need to be BS'd. He needed to be told, here it is. How about, you know, those guys now, they probably sent him down to Austin to say, let's see how he'll deal with it. Mm-hmm. Let's see how he'll deal with it. And he did good. You know, it wasn't like, okay, I'm embarrassed. I'm going to go down here to get better. And that's what I think, again, helped him break through to where he is now.
And then finally, last question. I appreciate your time again. Just if you're projecting Keldon, do you is there a comparison that you can make, or someone or that you saw in him when he was playing, or someone you see in him now that he's kind of progressing in his first year?
No, but what I'm so happy about is it shows that he belongs, and we were all right. He should have been a lottery pick. I mean, come on now. I mean, you're looking at him now and saying, how the hell did he go to us at this number? Well, he didn't work out for 5 teams that passed him. Then everybody else got scared, like, what the hell's wrong with this kid? And, all right, what's your pick? Not him. You know, and all of a sudden, George Felton was in this gym 10 times. I mean, you know, they were here and they watched and they knew, and they're like, George is saying, I'm not missing anything here. I said, no, I can't believe he's slipping to you guys. So I'm happy for them. I'm happy for him. And now it's okay, time to get it going and keep playing and build on this.